All right, so let's go ahead and let's look at the first question. This is the first question. So you're given that there are two players, A and B. You're given their strategies, action A1, A2, and B1, B2. You're given a payoff matrix. And P is the probability that player A chooses action A1, right? Chooses action A1. You have to find P. This is GATE 2025, question 64. Give it a try. It's a NAT question. Very easy question. We have done this multiple times now. Okay. So you take probability P here and 1 minus P here, right? In order to solve for P, you randomize action for player B. So we want that expected payoff of player B from action B1 and B2 should be the same. His payoff from action B1 is this beta. His payoff from action B2 is this. Number after comma. His expected payoff from B1. His expected payoff from B1 depends on the probability with which player A is choosing. So he gets 3 with probability P. And he gets -4 with probability 1 minus P. So it will be 3P minus 4 plus 4P. So it will be 7P minus 4. He gets now expected payoff from B2. He gets -1 with probability P. And 2 with probability 1 minus P. So this is going to be minus P plus 2 minus 2P, 2 minus 3P. His expected payoff from B1 has to be equal to expected payoff from B2. Right? His expected payoff from B1 has to be equal to expected payoff from B2. Just solve these two, equate the two. How come everyone is getting a different answer? We are solving for P. We want the value of P. To find, always remember, to find the probability of player A, I mean this probability, you randomize the payoff of the other player. So 3P plus -4 into 1 minus P should be equal to -1P plus 2 into 1 minus P. Right? You always randomize for the other player. And you equate the payoffs. Randomizing means you equate the expected payoff. So here your expected payoff is this. And here your expected payoff is this. Just equate the two. What about people who have got 0.5? Where did you make a mistake? Anyone? What went wrong? Anyone would like to explain? How are you getting half? Just equate. You take this here and this here. 10p is equal to 6. P is equal to 0.6. How are you getting 0.5? I want to understand so that, we know what exactly we are doing. Randomized player 1. If you randomize player 1, you will get this payoff. Isn't it? So if I randomize the payoff of player 1, expected payoff from A1 will be -1 into Q plus 4 into 1 minus Q. Expected payoff from A2 will be 3 into Q plus -2 into 1 minus Q. So this will be minus Q plus 4 minus 4Q. This will be 3Q minus 2 plus 2Q. So you will get 4 minus 5Q equal to 5Q minus 2. Then also you are getting the same beta, Q equal to 6 by 10. You can multiply with own payoff also, but then you have to differentiate. We haven't done that in advance. You follow this method. I mean, it is possible that I can very well write down the payoff of player 1 like this. -1 into P into Q plus 4 into P into 1 minus Q plus 3 into 1 minus P into Q plus -2 into 1 minus P into 1 minus Q. I can use this method where I multiply and then I maximize with respect to P. But I don't want to do this. This is an easier method that I've taught in advanced lectures. You follow that, right? Do very carefully. It's very simple. So whenever you are finding the probability of one player, you randomize the expected payoff of another. So if I have to find P, I will randomize over the other player. If I have to find Q, I will randomize over the other player. Just keep this in mind. Okay. Anyways, by luck, the good thing that happened this time, I don't know why they did it, but GATE was accepting all answer between 0.5 to 0.7. So even if you wrote 0.5 just by chance, they accepted all answers in this range. It's not correct. It's just that they accepted it. So you would have scored a complete 2 mark, although it is incorrect. Okay, take the next question. Try to do this question. So you're given that it's a two-person economy, exchange economy, right? You're given utility of Anil is x to the power 0.4, y to the power 0.6. And you are given utility of Binod is x to the power 0.6, y to the power 0.4, right? And it is given they decide to share good y equally, right? They decide to share good y equally. And you're given x total quantity is 50 and y total quantity is 100, right? Find the amount of x received by Anil. So it's a two-person economy. You're given that amount of total good amount of x is 50 and y is 100. You're given utility function of individual A as this. And you're given utility function of individual B as this. You're told that they have shared y equally among themselves. right? Find the amount of good X received by Anil. Give it a try. These are just rumors. It does not matter which institute makes it. They can make easier, they can make simpler. I mean, it does not depend on the institute. It rather depends on who was the, what was the mood, what was the setter at that time. Don't think like that. If it is difficult, it will be for everyone anyways. Okay, try to do this question. Tell me what the answer would be. It's a 2-mark question. Anyone? You're not allowed to take this much time in exam, huh? Okay. So, beta, what is the amount of Y demanded by Anil? It will be, so we know the formula, na? It is alpha upon alpha plus beta M by PY. So it is going to be income of Anil upon, so alpha is 0.6, huh? So 0.6 into income of Anil upon price of good Y. And it says that they've decided to share Y equally. So Y is 100 and he gets 50 units. So it means that 6 by 10. Income of Anil by price of good Y is 50. So we understand that income of Anil will be 50 PY into 10 by 6. 500 PY by 6. Now we want to find X received by Anil. So the amount of X received by Anil will be 0.4 his income by PX, right? So it will be 0.4 instead of his income. I can put this value. So 500 PY by 6 by PX, right? So it will be 4 by 10, 500 by 6, PY by PX. This is the amount of X received by Anil. And this is the amount of X received by Anil. Now, this is 4 by 10 here. Now, just use the concept of general equilibrium I have taught you and find the ratio PY by PX. Use the concept of general equilibrium and find the ratio PY by PX. What was the concept we learned in class? We learned that XA plus XB, amount demanded by individual A plus amount demanded by individual B, will be equal to total X. Total X is 50. So whatever Anil is demanding plus whatever Binod will demand, it should end up at 50. So Anil is demanding 4 by 10, 500 by 6, PY by PX unit. Just find the amount demanded by Binod for good X and put it here and equate it to 50. Just try that. Do a similar thing for Binod. So for Binod, the amount of good Y that he will be demanding will be 4 by 10 MB by PY. And he also gets 50 units. So you will get 4 by 10 MB by PY equal to 50. So income of Binod will become 50 PY 10 by 4. So 500 by 4 PY will be the income of Binod. So the demand of good B of good X by Binod will be his power of X is 0.6. So 0.6 income by PX. So he will be demanding 6 by 10, 500 by 4 PY by PX units. Just put that here. So you will have 4 by 10, 500 by 6 PY by PX plus 6 by 10, 500 by 4 PY by PX equal to 50. If you solve this, you should be able to get PY by PX. Tell me what is the PY by PX you are getting. Just solve this and tell me PY by PX. Okay, just give me in fraction, no? What's PY by PX in fraction that you have got? What is the PY by PX in fraction? 150 by 325. Everyone agrees to it? Is everyone getting this? Okay, so once you get PY by PX, just plug that here. You'll get the answer. Plug that PY by PX back into this question. So here, what the trick happened is that instead of giving you an endowment bundle, really, they gave you कि Y को उन्होंने equally distribute किया है. तो हमें जो income था उसको endowment bundle में ना निकाल के PY by PX के form में निकालने को करना पड़ा यार. We had to find income as a function of PY by PX. And once you find PY by PX, you can plug the values and just find back the demand.